Let's say for this effect, I would explain to the spectator that we're going to get back to this card a little later. So now I can show the spectator that all of the cards are mixed up and different, and here's what we're going to do. So on me, I have 3 dice, and I would like the spectator to roll the dice and keep rolling them until they're happy with the 3 numbers on top. So let's say they roll the dice, we get 2 5s and a 1, and they roll it again. Let's say we get a 3, 1, and 6, and we're good there. So now what we would do is we would take out the calculator, and before we even add up anything, I would explain to the spectator that the card you are going to land on is the 7 of diamonds. I don't know why I'm thinking of the 7 of diamonds, but that's just a feeling I have. So now with the calculator, what we're going to do is we're going to reverse this number. So instead of 316, I think I said 5, I mean 6. It's going to be 613. So we're going to type in 613 minus 316, just like that. And if we hit equals, we get 2, 9, and 7. So now we're going to add up each of those digits individually. So we have 2 plus 9 plus 7 right here. And if we hit equals, we get 18. So now whatever the value of this card is that's been here since the beginning, we're going to add it to the 18. So in this case, we get a 5. So we're going to do 18 plus 5 right there, and you can see that it comes out to 23. And I said before at the beginning that the card you're going to land on is the 7 of diamonds. So maybe the 7 is at 23. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and 23, the 7 of diamonds. That is the effect. If you would like to learn how to do this, make sure to stick around for the tutorial. Before I get into the tutorial for this effect, a few things I want to go over. The first thing is, in case you're wondering about the cards, these are the Polyantha playing cards. I think these are the first edition, which I won from Ever So Slight as part of a 3-deck giveaway. So I'm going to leave Ever So Slight's channel in the description. Plus, I'm going to leave the Polyantha in the description as well. And the second thing is, I actually saw this trick from Robert Ball Magician, so I will leave his video and his channel in the description as well. Now, the thing about this effect is that there are a lot of ways you can do this. So instead of cramming everything into one video and having it be like 2 hours long, I'm going to make separate videos for each of the ways you can do this. I played around and I figured out there's more than one way you could go about this. So this is probably the easiest way you can do this. This is with a shuffled borrowed deck, okay? In the next video, I'm going to show you a little thing you can change. So it's not exactly with a borrowed deck, but if you have something on you, it could be. We'll get into that in the next video, but for now, let's get into this. So, this can be done with a totally impromptu deck. The only thing you would need is probably 3 dice. If you don't have 3 dice, I will show you a way you could do without 3 dice. Let's say we have the deck shuffled, and you're gonna say that you're gonna go through and you're gonna take out a card to leave at the over here at the table. So two things you're gonna do. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to look for any 5 value card. The 5 of hearts, 5 of clubs, 5 of spades, 5 of diamonds. Any 5. And then the next thing you're going to want to know is the 23rd card up from the bottom. Now, when you're going to get the 5, you could take any card you can remember easily and move it to the 23rd position. Or when just going through to take out a 5, you could pass the 23rd card, remember that, and then take out a 5 after. It's up to you how you do it. So let's see what the 23rd card would be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. The 3 of hearts. So when I'm going through, I would remember the 3 of hearts, and then I would take out any 5 I would see. Now, if you don't see a 5 here, just go down to the bottom and you can say, I'm having a little trouble actually sensing what card. So let's go ahead and just go with this card, for example. And you can take out any 5 down here. But if you have 5s above that 3, because it looks like you're just spreading through, you can say, okay, let's take out this card. And you don't want them to see the 5, and you don't want to say what it is. So one more time, it goes like this. The deck is shuffled, and then you say, okay, I'm going to go through and take out a card that's going to help us later. So first, you know you're going to go to the 23. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, a 5 of spades. And then you're going to go through to the top and take out whatever 5 you would like and put it down. If you don't have a 5 here, you can go through to the top, and then you're going to start back at the bottom and say, I think the card might actually be down here. And if the card is in the lower half, because then that would actually clock the 5 down to 22nd, what you can do is this. You can take out 1 5 below the 23, which I don't see any 5. Let's just say we have a 5 here. Take out one more card, put these both on the bottom of the deck or the face of the deck where your stack of 23 is. Decide on one, okay, and then move the other one to the table, okay? So if you have a 5 in the lower 23, move that 5 and one random card to the face of the deck, decide on one, and take out that 5 over to the table, leaving that other prediction in the 23rd position. I hope that made sense. But if you have a 5 in the upper half, no need to worry. So finally, let's get back into this. So we would go through and take out a prediction, which is actually the 5, but it doesn't have to be a prediction. You say, we're just going to use this card for later. So obviously like this, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. The 7 of spades. So I'm going to remember the 7, and now I'm going to take out any 5 and put it down. Finally, after all of that, it's up to you if you want to announce beforehand that at the end they're going to land on the 7 of, I think it was spades. Or you can do that near the end. It's up to you. Personally, I like to do it right at the beginning after taking out the 5, but it doesn't matter. So now if you have 3 dice, you're going to bring them in and explain to them you would like for them to roll the dice and keep rolling until they're happy. If you don't have any dice, though, what you could do is say, okay, how about you go ahead and cut more than half the deck, and you can demonstrate. So how about you cut more than 30 and leave them off to the side. Let's say they cut there. spread out this bottom half and you explain, okay, I want you to pull out 3 cards. The only thing is, if you have a jack, that is 11. If you have a queen, that is 12. If you have a king, that is 13. So if you have a jack, queen, or king, those are 2 numbers already. So that means just pull out 1 more card. So you have 2 cards. But if you have like a 6 and an 8, pull out 1 more card for like a 9. And they could even use the cards themselves to generate the number. So I hope that made sense. So if they have a jack, which is 11, queen is 12, king is 13, well, that's 2 numbers already, so they're going to pull out 1 more card. But if they have like a 5 and a 7, they're going to pull out 1 more card, like a 9 or a 2. The only thing is, and you tell them, if you happen to pull out a face card at the end, though, put it back and take out a single digit. So let's say they pull out these cards and they can turn them face up. And in this case, we have a 9, a jack, and a 5, meaning they're going to put back the jack and take out a different card, a king. If they can't find a single digit in this lower half, you could take your other half and spread out the bottom of the deck about 5 to 6 cards and hope to God that there's a single digit in there. But if there's not, what you could do is go up, and when you see your 7, you could do the same thing as before. Take out 1 single digit number from the 23, take out 1 card either from this bottom stack or from this stack, put them both on top of the deck, and then put the single digit on the table. And say, let's go with this card. So you have 3 single digits, and then you still have that 7/23. I hope this all makes sense, but this is one, I guess, way you could do this if you don't have any dice on you. And then with the 3 cards, you would proceed as normal. So let me show you that. So you say, okay, in this case, we have a 5, a 4, and a 9. So just like the dice, we're going to actually take the bigger number. So we're going to take the 9, the 4, and the 5. And we're going to subtract it from the 5, 4, 9. If we hit equals, we get 3, 9, 6. So now we're going to add up the digits individually. 3 plus 9 plus 6. And you want this to come out to 18. So make sure beforehand that you have a good idea of what sets of numbers come out to 18 and what sets don't. So if you do have to do this 3 card thing with the deck, you can take out 3 values that add up to 18. And you can come up with some justification for that. Once you get 18, either it'll come to 99, so you just add up the 2 9s for 18, or it will come to 3 digits, and if you add those up individually, they should come to 18, okay? If they don't, I suppose you could force a card on them and say, okay, let's add this number to it. I might actually talk about that in a future video, what to do if the numbers don't come out right and stuff like that. But let's just say, for example, everything has been smooth sailing. You have 18. You say, okay, whatever number this is, we'll add it to the 18. In this case, we get 5. So we have 18 plus 5 right here, and we get 23. So now you can explain anything you would like, and then you're going to count 23 from the face of the deck, because it's 23rd up from the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And before you even start counting, you can remind them once again that at the beginning you said the 7 of spades was going to be the card. You don't know why, you just had a feeling. and you can just remind them again. Because if they forget, it might not seem as impressive. Excuse me. But one thing you could do is write it down on a piece of paper if they do forget. So you can say, I had a prediction there since the beginning. So that's another way you could do it. But I might talk about that in a future video. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, and then 23, you would get your 7 of spades, 9 of diamonds, or whatever. I think it was the 7, but we must have messed it up. And that is the effect. So this isn't the original way of doing this, but this is how I would do it if I was handed a borrowed deck of cards, or if I was gave a borrowed deck. Handed a borrowed deck? If I saw a borrowed deck, you know what I mean. So this is how I would do with a borrowed deck. I hope you really enjoyed this one. I didn't expect this video to be this long, but it is what it is. And really quick at the beginning, all I did was I had the 7 of diamonds in the 23rd position, and then I had the 5 on top. I said, okay, we're going to leave this card off to the side. And then, as you can see, all the cards are different, and they really do look different. You just have your setup. So that's what I did at the beginning. I hope you really enjoyed this one. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and be on the lookout for the next few parts of this effect for how you can actually do this. And I might actually make a video near the end of the series or right at the end of the series going over ways to improvise if something goes wrong. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you next time with a new part. And I'm still debating on whether I want to do 2 parts in the same week or just 1 part in the same week. But yeah, I'll let you know my final decision the next video. Bye.